So hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I know it's been a while, but yeah, here we are, back at it again. I'm on holiday for a little bit, so I have some time to do things here and there, but without too much about myself. So Wushu Chronicles 2 came out not so long ago. I'm gonna be extremely critical, probably throughout the video and all that stuff, but I'll also try to highlight the positives of the game and what I think could be done better and whatever. Not that it's gonna amount to anything or that it's going to lead to any improvements, but it's just my thoughts. So overall, the menu itself, my biggest issue is this. Like, when I first booted the game, I was like, okay, I see some writing here, and then I was like, okay, cool. So, for anyone who hasn't followed any of my other videos or hasn't read anything about it, this is the prequel of Wushu Chronicles 1, so it's like what happened before, more or less. That's kind of like the time setting of it. So the menu itself, this is exit the game, these are like options, this is load game, and this is new game, and that's the only options we have so far. So let's go to the options and have a little look. The coolest thing I think is that you can rebind your keys and all that shit, so that's pretty good. So the first tab here is the keys. This is obviously like movement, up, down, left, right. This is like run and dodge, because it's kind of like an ARPG, but not really. I don't really know how to categorize this game. It's something. Space is always jump. QER is your inners actually have an active skill now, so you can activate them. So I set it to be QER. That's the setup for me. Tab is for you to use your consumables, and C is, I think, your character menu or something like that. Left mouse button is like your basic attack, right mouse button is the block, and you use your mouse wheel to swap through your weapons. Unlike the other games, here you have everything like ready set up for you, like from the start. You'll see once we get into the tutorial and stuff like that. You have fist, blade, sword, and spear. And 1, 2, 3 is your skills. I set up because it's comfortable for me like that, and all that stuff. These are the sound options in the second tab, so I had to set up to really low. The really bad part, and it's already starting with bad stuff, this resets every time you enter the game, every time you reload the game, every time you go into a save, whatever. So this will get reset to its normal value, which is going to blow your fucking eardrums. Which kind of sucks, but I don't know. I think it's still an alpha. I think they said it's just a demo or whatever. I'm not sure what the hell's going on. So here you have the options for windowed and full screen. These two symbols are for full screen, so I'd recommend leaving it on full screen because there's no reason to play it in windowed mode because it's absolutely awful, it's horrendous. These are like preset qualities, so I have it on minimum right now. So this is minimum, this is medium, and this is high. I can only play it on minimal because otherwise it's just a complete fuckfest. Here you obviously have your resolution, pretty straightforward. These are like gaming tips for new players. It's nothing insanely out of the ordinary or that would need to be translated or explained because it's pretty straightforward. They try to give you an idea of NPCs, stats, what happens, stuff like that. Just basic shit, nothing out of the ordinary. Here, this is a little bit more important. So this is, I think, was like zoom out effect, so I put it to be like, no, this was zoom out effect. So these are like settings for how you see your character and stuff like that, and mouse sensitivity. So this is my mouse sensitivity, and this is how far I want to be from the character, like your camera angle view sort of thing. I don't know, these you have to pick your own sort of setting and you decide whatever you like for it. There's no save your settings, they're automatically saved. What this button here does, it resets it to the standard, like to the default, let's put it like that. And this button here is to exit the game. So once you're done doing your settings, you just press escape and you're back out of the options menu. Alright, so for load game, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so I click new game.
月明星稀，大雪初霁，这样的夜晚正适合做一场好梦。梦虽短暂。
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that.
可恶！你们究竟是谁？放开我！
whenever that gets fixed, I'm actually gonna take the time to show you guys the cutscene and all that stuff, but yeah. Okay, so what I do is I just like reset the stuff to make it like work out and all that. Okay, so whenever you pick to start a new game, it's obviously going to give you like a tutorial on what's going on and all that stuff. It's really clunky as far as the combat goes, and I expected it to be a lot smoother. Hopefully that gets fixed, but who knows. And from the UI itself, it's decent-ish. It's not end of the world, like super awful or whatever, but yeah. I mean, it would be nice to have the option to move things around, like the HP and the skills and all that. Like the HP is fine. What I would like to move is where you see the weapons and stuff, because where you actually have the weapon itself in the top left corner, when that sort of center gauge fills up, you can use your ultimate, which is my number 3. And yeah. As far as the in-game menu itself, it's pretty similar. Here you can see like your stats and all that shit. Gear, you don't have any right now because it's the tutorial. These are consumables that you can have equipped. I haven't found a way to like go through them in-game and stuff. But yeah. So in terms of like similarities and differences, it's kind of like the same. You have an accessory, and the only thing that's missing is like you can't equip an outfit, so to speak. You can equip a ranged weapon, and you can equip a additional like transcript book, because it's not a martial skill book, so to speak, in this slot. And there's a bunch of them in the game. That even in the starting area, I found so many of them. They're obviously you have to buy them or get them through quests and stuff and all that good stuff. What I really like is their new edition of the martial skill book, so you actually get a preview of the skill and stuff that you have equipped and what the animation looks like, what it does, its effects and all that stuff, so that's pretty neat. An additional thing is that you have like a charge up attack and stuff. I'll explain that and how everything works. So you can go through everything: fist, sword, blade, staff, and hidden weapons, which is like your range slot and stuff. You have a standard kunai throw for some reason, but whatever. The inner page is kind of the same, but a little bit different. You can only equip 3, the usual stuff. It has the same elemental sort of scaling as it did in Wushu Chronicles 1. I'm not sure if there's any passive buffs for like stacking a specific element more than the other or whatever, but we'll figure that out. Another cool addition is that they've added like skill trees. So you have, for each of these categories, there's like a skill tree and stuff. And you can pick, like each one of them has its own tree and it has 3 like sub branches kind of thing. So I find that very RPG-like and stuff. Oops. Which is really cool. Like it adds more in-depth variety to your character. Like it feels like it's your character kind of thing. Other than that, like I haven't leveled enough on my other playthrough to be able to tell you like what the difference is and whatever. Because I'm guessing they like have different specialties and stuff. I haven't gone too much into trying to translate and whatever because I don't really enjoy playing it in the state that it is now. It's way too clunky. And your inventory is really nicely done actually. Like I really like what they've done with it because it's separate. You can see your blades, your swords, blah blah blah, gear, elixirs, books, and all that stuff. And you have your own sort of like shop, which I can, like not your own shop, but like you can sell stuff on your own without going to a vendor. So that's the button for it, and then it opens up the shop. You put whatever you don't need in here and then you sell it, and then you're done. Here you have quests, and I really enjoy the fact that they've split it up and you can access it and you actually get a map marker. So this would be your main quest, this would be side quest, this is a specific tier of quests. I can't really like explain it properly until I go into the translation, and these are rumors. The same as what what it was in Wushu Chronicles 1. You have rumors and stuff that have no location on the map. You need to actually read the quest and figure it out where you could find them and how to proc them and all that good stuff. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, this would be settings, and this is like your saves, load. This is save game, load game, and I'm guessing delete. I haven't tried that one out yet. So yeah, that's more or less the UI itself explained a little bit, so you have an idea. So whenever you start the tutorial, make sure that you go in here and you equip your inners, because if you don't equip them, you don't get the benefit from them at the start. So as you can see now, I have the 2 slots in the bottom left. So if I press my Q, I use the active effect of an inner, and then I can also use the second one after each other. There's no cooldown in between them, they just have their own individual cooldown sort of thing. The only one that I've bothered to go into is the second one, which I have on my E. That one's like a passive heal, so it's like you can heal yourself and all that stuff. But yeah, that's... and you have like this little dodge thing, and I don't know. It just... the game itself feels really clunky to me, and I haven't been inspired too much to like get super into it and start translating it and whatever. But the skills, they look cool, it's just that it's so clunky to play. Like, that's my biggest issue with it. It's just it's way too clunky for what I like in my Chronicles games. Like, compared to how smooth the other one was, this was disappointing to say the least. So now you get another tutorial. Telling you to do something, and I don't remember how the hell I skipped it. So it's telling you to use a skill to do damage, but because my keys are different, it doesn't work the same way. So now my bar's charged up for my ult, so I can do this. That would be my ult. And in this case, some ults can be used twice, while some can't. It's according to the shiny, like whenever it shines you can use it. So for this part it's gonna be... I actually have to turn on my volume while that happens because it's just too loud. Okay, so C, what I was wondering about is your hidden weapon skill. So it's teaching you early on that you can snipe people with your kunai.
想救魅奴，先过了老夫这关。
So a little spoiler is whether you beat this guy or don't beat this guy, there's no real difference in what actually happens. What I would like, if the game's gonna take this direction, is for it to actually implement a target lock system. So like, I can actually target people and not have this whole awkward interaction. I will do my best not to get clapped by the old man, but I'm probably gonna get clapped by the old man. I don't know, the way damage even registers is super awkward. Like, I'm literally sitting next to him and hitting him, and it's like there's no damage block. It's pretty awkward. So yeah, my point exactly with regards to, I don't think this is the actual, I hope it's not the actual release of the game.
受死吧！我绝不轻易认输。
你不会死的，你一定不会死的。
Is it safe now? Turn the volume back up? Okay, no, it's not.
这是哪里？好熟悉的地方。
So, unlike the old one, you don't get a standard pre-made character.
伤口还是有些
You get to
痛，
make your own.
让我好好看一看。
The options are fairly limited right now, but I'm
没
hoping
想到
that on
我
actual
居然还活着。
release or whatever the hell it's gonna be, it's not gonna be that bad. So the first option is your name. The second option here is the degree of difficulty. So this would be easy, normal, and hard, and then once you finish the game, I'm guessing you'll unlock additional difficulties and stuff. We're gonna stick to easy for argument's sake. What hairstyle you choose doesn't really matter because hats will change it, so here you can literally pick whatever you feel like because you're not gonna be using it for long. These are just sliders like regarding your character, so you can do like all kind of fat faces and whatever stuff. And it's pretty cool that they have like sliders for almost all parts of the body. Yes, you can make big titties if that's what you're asking about, except that you can't make a female character. So yeah. Then you can pick out your starting gear, all that good stuff. Like just the cosmetics of it doesn't really make a difference in terms of stats or whatever. But yeah, so okay. So let's leave it like that. This is where the action starts. There's millions of side quests. Like I found side quests at most NPCs that I talked to. If they were not a quest NPC, they were usually a vendor or they were giving you a rumor, so to speak. Like you can even stop by and listen to people's conversations and stuff where relevant, and they will give you a rumor, which I think is pretty cool. Like I really enjoyed that aspect of the game. So you've been reverted back to full out noob, where you don't even have ults and stuff. Your weapons are absolute crap. I personally really enjoyed Fist and Blade in this version of the game. Like Fist is better later when you find a bunch of moves for it, and there's actually quite a lot of skills in this whole starting area. So in the tutorial thing, if you press M, you can see the map. So this is the only map I've been to so far in my other playthrough, like when I played by myself, like not recording or on stream or whatever. So far I found 2 dungeons, which is really cool because gives it a bit of replayability to try and get loot, like better gear and whatever stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. There's, let's call it a village, two cities-ish, out of which one's like a capital, I'm guessing, capital of the area, and like little villages and places that you can visit and outposts and stuff like that. NPCs are like scattered all around. There's different quests and all kind of stuff that you can do, but it's pretty straightforward, because the good thing is like now you have a quest marker, like you can see that little blue thing there. So you want to find a quest, let's say. So I go here and I know that I'm trying to do my main quest. So I click on it and then it immediately pops up on the map. Whenever you get a side quest, you can go there, click on it, shows you where it is on the map. So it makes it easier to follow along and stuff. As far as relationships with NPCs go, I'm not sure if there's a bar that shows you like your progress with their relationship or whatever, or if that's gonna be added, but you can kill almost any NPC in the game, except for vendors from what I tried so far. And when you do kill them, you can't really like interact with them anymore and stuff because they just start attacking you, because they will respawn. And yeah, that's the idea. So this lady, not only does she continue your quest line, like your main quest line, but she's also a vendor. So whenever you see these symbols together, it means that they can open up a shop for you. So for now, we just want to do the main quest, blah blah blah. I'm not really gonna bother with the whole blah blah. Yeah, okay. We've all had a rough day. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning here. I woke up, so I'm not recording in the full-on heat of the day. Yeah, so now she's advanced our storyline. So now she tells us, well, you need to learn the combat basics, basically. And we start with 650 Wen, which is basically nothing. And she tells us, go and kill this dude. So you're like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go kill this dude. So you went and you killed the dude. And she's like, oh my god, you're so amazing. You're like, I know, right? So once you've completed the quest, you need to go back here and click on it again, and it tells you, come back and talk to her. And you can see the NPC you need to talk to with this arrow above their head, which is better, I suppose. I enjoy the randomness of finding it myself rather than being told it's here. But, yeah. Okay, so now we have a new one to go to the little village next door and talk to people and all that shit. So I'm pretty sure there's more side quests than what I found so far. All the NPCs that you see like this dressed in the herbalist outfit are usually sell you pills and consumables and stuff. The good shit. Yeah, so before I forget to actually equip my gear that I just got. You can see any loot that you drop in the bottom left hand corner right above where you have your interactives. So this guy's another shop, so there's a bunch of shops like just around. Okay, so this guy gives us another quest. So this option is like, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? So you can get to know NPCs a little bit. And then the second one is a quest. So now we've unlocked our first side quest. So we can click on this and now we can see it. So when we press M, we see that he wants us to go and talk to someone over there. No, it's not the fat man, but I think it's this guy. And there we go. That's our first side quest completed. Whoa! So we need level. And the way that it works is it's by level. So this is where you can see your level, and this will tell you like your power rank, so to speak. This is your HP, and etc, etc, etc. But the most important thing is going to be this, because when you try to equip an item, in the top right of the description will tell you a number, like 5 for example, which is for this item. So that means you need level 5 to equip it. There's different qualities of items, like normal, rare, and really good, which are in yellow. I'm colorblind, so don't expect much from me on colors, because it's not gonna happen. So yeah, I think I've been ranting on for quite a while. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'm gonna post like a continuation of my experience of the game and I'll try to give you some tips and explain what I think should be improved on and could be improved on, and what you can do in the current state. I don't know if I'm going to cover all the side quests and all that stuff, but I'll do as much as I can for it as possible, given that it's not too motivating to play it in its current state. But I do think it has potential, don't get me wrong. So, as always, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to get notified when the other videos are coming out. So, good to be back, and take care, guys. See you later.